How you doing? Sorry it's been a while. Bit of an update on what we're doing with the base here. I haven't filmed anything in quite a few weeks now because we had some major problems with the body, which I'll take you through quickly. You might remember in one of the earlier videos I said how I had drilled those chambers a bit too close to the edge. Well, I did. And as I started to round off the arm contour, the holes all got exposed. So I spent several weeks and many variations trying to find a way to fill those holes. But nothing would work, nothing blended properly. I used all variations of glue and wood dust, and I carved out small chips of wood to try and fill it with, and absolutely nothing blended at all. It always looked terrible. I then ended up trying to route out that section to sort of give an exposed chamber, but basswood is just so weak and soft it just tore. So I actually took my father-in-law's advice. Paul said that I should just chop it out, join two blocks together and try and reshape it, which is what I did. So I'll give you a close-up of this here. Alright, so you can see line starting there. There's the centre of the join, and there's the other end. So I ended up just having to carve this whole section out of here, try to refill it. But you can see absolutely nothing has blended properly at all. Something there coming around. Basswood is just too soft and weak to work with. But I've at least got the shape of the body back in, so that's kind of a start. So I'm pretty much abandoning this as this will be my base type thing, but I am going to try and finish it at least. So today I'm going to try and route out the neck cavity, and if I get time I'll do the pickup cavities to it as well. Those will be the main bits of work to do. If they go alright, then I'll also go ahead and do the rear access cavity that I was going to do anyway. I figured I might as well just go ahead and try and finish it all. I've ordered a really nice block of ash from a place in Germany, so when that arrives I'll approach that as being my proper build. And the grain in ash looks really nice, so I'll probably just do a transparent colour on it. I won't bother putting a top, I won't chamber it, I'll just leave it as a solid piece. So, learnt my lesson on all of these problems here. But today we are going to start on routing out this cavity. So the first thing I'm going to do is drill some holes into it and remove as much wood as possible. So I've marked off my drill bit as to how deep we want to go. One of the upsides to basswood being so incredibly weak is it drills really easily, which saves a lot of time. So it's not always bad. Okay, so there's the cavity drilled out. So what I've done is remove, I'd say nearly half the amount of wood that I have to route out. That puts a lot less work on the router bit. And then I just follow the lines in around in there and carve it all out as neatly as possible. It'll take me a little while to set the router up, so I'll get back to you on that, alright? Okay, so the router's set up and ready to go. Got my vacuum attachment on, obviously. So what I'm going to do is step down in stages. You never sort of go all the way through in one hit and take out that much wood. You end up burning your wood, ripping something, or just wearing out your bit. So my first step is going to be 4mm deep. I'm heading down to about 13mm deep in total, so I'll do it in sort of 4/8, and then probably just one final pass at 5mm. So I've got a little gauge here that lets me step down that specifically, which is very handy. So I'll mask up and get going. Hey, okay, Okay, one neck pocket routed in. Not quite as neat as I'm going to leave it. I'm going to have to do a little bit more work to it. What I've learned from this is that I need to get a finer router bit to get into, particularly these corners, to get those as neat and precise as I like. I think the router bit I'm using is just a bit too wide, and it's just rounding them off too much. So I came in there using the Dremel tool with a little sanding drum to neaten up the insides of that. But I'm going to have to go and get a few more specialised tools for this kind of thing. But it does actually fit a neck, at least. And that was always the main point. So there we are. Some neatening up that needs to happen, obviously, but we'll get there. Alright, so next will be the pickup cavities. But I'll probably leave that until tomorrow at this point. I reckon I might duck up to Bunnings now and have a look for those bits that I might need. So the next time I do it, when my ash body arrives, I'll be able to do it a little bit neater and quicker. Okay, thanks.